Something about Mitch that day was just covered with peace. I mean, we were all freaking out except for Mitch. You were nice, calm, cool, collected, and looking back, that was, I believe, just the peace of God over you. We walked into that hospital needing to make the decision of, are we making our son comfortable for the last couple of days? Or what else is there? What other options are there? And essentially, the doctors told us there were no other options. They told us that. Mitch didn't accept that though.
Talking to the doctors, they just said that he's too small, he's too fragile. It's like sewing wet tissue paper. We can't do anything else to make it work. And being a landscaper and stuff for so many years, my mind goes to, well, it's a drainage issue. So how do we fix a drainage issue? We put a new drain in. So can we just add some kind of tube, a funnel, whatever it be to release that pressure from, the perforations and leakage from the stomach where the clamps are not holding up. And like I said, that was the response from the doctors was, well, we thought about it, but we just didn't want to put y'all through anything else. And we didn't want to put James through anything else. And so as a father, you're balancing in that moment the hard decision of, do we try this one more time? Do we put his little body through this? Or do we make him comfortable, let him go be home with Jesus? His race may be shorter, but it was great if that was, what his plan was. But we wanted to be faithful and go and give him one last try. So I remember telling the doctors that this will be the third and final surgery if he does not recover from this.
We went back to James's bedside and I said, Mitch, I need you to just pray over him before we walk out of here. And so we all closed our eyes and, at the time James was also so small, just being a preemie, 26 weeks, that nobody outside of me and Mitch were allowed to touch him without gloves on. And so Mitch told my parents, this might be the last time you're touching him. Take your gloves off and touch him, touch his skin. We are going to pray together as a family. Mitch just prayed, Lord, I don't want to give you my son back, but if that is your will for him, take him, Lord. But not before you cover him with the blood of Christ. And when we opened our eyes, it was just crazy because the entire room was filled with the entire medical team. You never heard them come in, but everyone was there and everyone heard that prayer.
And we just prayed and prayed for that final push of weight gain that we needed to kind of get him over that hump to get this reattachment surgery. So for the first time in 9 months, our little fella can eat some milk and enjoy just being an infant. You look at Jonathan, his brother, who went through the same NICU stay, but without all the complications. He's gaining 60 grams, 70 grams, 80 grams, some nights maybe even 100 grams on these massive weight gains. For James, we were praying for 10-gram weight gains. And that night before the surgery, he just miraculously gained 70 grams through the night. That's something he's never done before, off the IV fluids, and they were able to schedule and perform the surgery the next day. So looking at where we started through this process and where we've been able to get to, and now having 2 healthy boys, which is just a true blessing. We now have 3 children. We decided to have another addition to the family. We now have a sweet little girl named Grace. But they are such a joy. They're both doing really well. Jonathan was just a textbook NICU baby. He's just been healthy the whole time and has progressed through things really well. Where James still has, his challenges that he faces. He's still learning to walk. But his brother is a big motivation to him, to see brother running around and playing, and just the excitement and joy in his face when he does those things, and the joy it brings us through that moment of knowing we thought we were going to say bye to you, and here you are just conquering and living and bringing so much joy to so many people. We serve a God of possible, and He makes things happen. And James is a reflection every day seeing him of we serve a God of possible. He is a great and mighty God. The story may not always end the way ours did. It may not always be successful. If it's on the other side of eternity, you know, you ran your good race. Well done, thou good and faithful servant. If it's, you know, staying here and getting to live out and be an example on this side of eternity, those blessings may look different, but His plan is always great, and we are grateful for it.